Okay, so we're gonna start the second playthrough for ending B. Now, I won't go too much into what happens at the end of ending A. By that I mean I won't be super detailed about it since it happened last part. If for some reason you haven't watched the last stream, I'm going to talk about just the ending and what happens, explains what happens through the A ending playthrough. And I mean, I've been kind of talking about it throughout the playthrough anyways, and I was basically right regarding what happened. So if you don't remember, we start off just leaving our home because we don't want to talk to our parents, we're pissed off about them. We meet up with our friends, and then shit just goes awry. So on the surface, from what we know of what happens throughout the A ending playthrough, there's not too much we can discern about the story except for the surface level shit. By that I mean, if you've played Higurashi, which we streamed the entirety of Higurashi before starting this, you know that Ryukishi likes to give you some hints at the start of the game, or in the first chapter, quote unquote, and it isn't until later that he throws other red herrings at you, and then he finally gives you like what's really going on. So that happens in Onikakushi, in the first chapter of Higurashi, where you might think, oh, the village is out to get me, everyone's crazy, there's some curse, blah 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 blah, and then as the game goes on, your opinion might change. In ending A, all that happens is you have we've got a protagonist who is upset about wanting to be like her mother. The only like female role model in her life has been her mother, and I guess her older sister. But her mother, as we see throughout the playthrough of ending A, she's submissive, she's docile, and she takes a beating from her father constantly. So she's constantly being abused, she's constantly being berated, and so on and so forth, right? Hinako doesn't want to be like that. So it's kind of obvious as the playthrough goes on, how we start meeting with Fox Mask, and she starts saying like, yeah, you just decide everything, I don't want to do anything, blah 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 blah. So throughout the playthrough, we end up getting quote unquote married to Fox Mask. I mentioned it throughout the playthrough. I was like, we're probably doing like a marriage ritual, and then it turns out, hey, we're doing a marriage ritual. So that's what's happening. So Hinako ends up getting married in real life to a person that she doesn't want to marry. She doesn't want to end up like her mother, being a docile, passive woman that ends up basically being subservient to her husband. And she ends up killing people during the wedding reception. She ends up slaughtering individuals during the wedding reception and is on the run. But that's basically what happens in ending A. That's all we know. Hinako doesn't want to get married. She's being forced to marry someone against her will. Internally, she's kind of coping with the fact that, well, I might as well just let him decide everything. And then she turns into the Fog Beast, right? The Fog Beast is the version of as Hinako goes through the marriage ritual, quote unquote, as she's slowly going through the marriage preparations, to get married, like pick a dress or whatever, all that shit in real life. In the other world, she's turning into a beast. She becomes more fox-like, quote unquote. So obviously that's something she doesn't want to do. And she's becoming more feral. She's becoming less human because she's sacrificing her humanity to be a wife, essentially. Right? That's what we know. Who she's marrying, we don't know exactly. That's the like surface level analysis of like what's going on in SHF. At least ending A. Now, two things before we start. Since we are doing ending B for this playthrough, I don't know if we're gonna get it today. We'll see. I mean, I'll probably have a long stream today. This is gonna be a modded playthrough. We're gonna be playing on the easiest mode possible. And we're just gonna play with infinite health, infinite stamina. I don't want to worry about the combat. I don't want to worry about having to fight enemies. So that's what's gonna happen. This is mainly just to experience the story. I do not like the vessel through which this story is being displayed or demonstrated to us through. The combat is just a waste of time. And I've talked about that before. I will mention it once more. I have no problem with playing action games. I have no problem with playing Devil May Cry or Dark Souls or anything like that. I'm good at those games. I have zero interest in playing a Silent Hill title just to experience the story, and I have to go through gauntlet after gauntlet after gauntlet of enemies just to see what the fuck is going on. That happened at the end of in the last stream, where before all we had to do was go back home. Instead of the game letting you marinate through the actions of what happened, letting you see what you've done to this city, or sorry, to this town, they instead throw enemy after enemy after enemy at you. You're thrown into a gauntlet where you have to fight a group of enemies, 6 or 7 of them at a time, and then you can proceed to the next area. You can continue walking up the mountain to another gauntlet to then do that again 2 more times. So you can then finally get home and then get a cutscene. It's pointless. It's padding. So I'm gonna deny the game the satisfaction of denying me the satisfaction of enjoying the game itself by doing that instead. So I guess if for some reason that bugs you, I guess you can stop watching now. The other thing is we're gonna be playing with alternate costumes. What alternate costumes are gonna be modded costumes, because the game only gives you 3. You get the red and black uniform. You get the white and black or white and red uniform. I forget which one it was. And then if you somehow got the deluxe edition, which I didn't, you get a pink outfit and rabbit ears, which who cares? So as for what the modded costumes are going to be, you're going to have to see. I don't know if one of them works. I'm going to assume it does. And it'll be a surprise for everyone when we get to it. So we'll see what's up. Anyways, I'm not sure how to start New Game Plus. I assume it's just continue. If this just loads into whatever the last save was, that's something else, but we will find out. Oh, it is. Okay, title screen. Well, that is a spoiler, so don't look. Do not look. Let's go for, I don't know, would load do it? Here, let me, I assume it's this. Let me do this real quick. No spoilers. Okay, yes. So if we go to, if we just try to load, sorry, if we try to load the New Game Plus file, you'll get this. So we'll stick to story. You can play in Lost in the Fog, which is, look at this shit. Stronger enemies. The enemies in hard mode would 3-shot you, even at full health, with upgraded health, mind you. I don't know who the fuck would want to play this, legitimately. Again, I don't know a single person who actively enjoyed the combat in SHF. Like, it's clunky, it's not fun. So we'll stick to story mode. Puzzles don't really matter. We did it in Lost in the Fog. We'll just go with story in this. It shouldn't matter. I think the puzzles are going to be the same, so it's whatever. So we're just going to, again, go through the game just for the story. The gameplay doesn't matter. I'm interested to see what Ryukishi wrote, and that's it. So let's get started. Oh yeah, choose a costume. So again, these are the only 2 you get. Or if you have the deluxe edition, you get another one. But we're playing with this one since the mod does replace the default costume. So we're gonna go with the Navy school uniform. So here goes.
ねえねえ、知ってる？女の人はお嫁さんになるのが仕事なんだって。
仕事じゃないよ。ひな子はお嫁さんになりたくないの？
でもお父さんに言われるとなりたくなくなる。
宿題と同じだね。
やれって言われるとやる気なくす。
お待たせ。
お姉ちゃん。
何かいいことでもあった？
昔を思い出してた。お姉ちゃんって小さい頃からずっとお姉ちゃんだったんだなって。
ひなこ、私ね。
これお姉ちゃんにあげる。
綺麗だわ。ありがとう。
とにかく今後のことは親の方で話を進める。
お父さん、ひな子の気持ちだって。
こんな話二度とないんだぞ。ひな子にとってこれ以上の幸せがあるか。あるわけがない。どこ行く。話はまだ終わってないぞ、ひな子。
それにしてもあのひな子がね。
あいつは本当に高校娘だ。何しろおかげで借金は全て返せる。二度と金に困らずに済むぞ。
お父さん、やめてくださいよ。ひな子に聞こえますよ。
Okay. So the game is already a little bit different.
ってたまるか、そんなこと。
Mainly because we have we have Hinako in a police outfit from Raccoon City, of all things. But anyway, if I recall, in the first ending, when we were about to exit our home, our mom runs to the doorway. Not this one, but you know, the little one that leads to the living room. She runs to the doorway. She calls out to Hinako, and then Hinako's like, "I'm gonna go meet with my friends. See ya." She basically says that she's gonna go. This time that didn't happen. And here it's become a lot more obvious that we're obviously, well, in an arranged marriage to someone that's wealthy and someone that's basically gonna take care of our father's debts. That's what's going on. So it's a lot more obvious, at least in this playthrough, of what's going on. Now, there is technically an achievement you can get. I'm going to try to go for it. I normally don't, but just for the hell of it. Where if you do not pick up any red capsules, or take any by the time you reach Shu's home, which is all the way over there, then, you know, you get some achievements. But let's see what the journal is trying to tell us. I think we already did this. Let's see. Nothing gets on my nerves more than other people trying to make decisions for me, even if what they're saying is right. Yes. Yeah, we've seen this one. So, what's the new... Okay. A woman's happiness begins with marriage. She told me... sorry. She told me that every opportunity she got, Actually, sorry, am I supposed to believe that she's actually happy with the life she has now in the house? Today my dad threw a knife. It got stuck in the tatami mat. There are chips and dings all over the house. Every last one is from when he threw something. Is that what happiness is to my mother? Seeing her house in such a sorry state full of scars. So again, more symbolism, more metaphors about how, of course, she views her mother and how she doesn't want to get married because she doesn't want to end up like her. All right, here's her father. What else? I've heard that Dad used to be a fisherman when he was younger, and he would go on long fishing trips away out at sea. He managed to save up enough money doing that to open up a restaurant, a place where he could put his skills with a knife to use. It didn't work out though. Not only did he lose all his savings, he took on new debt too. Now he spends his days drinking his life away in a sleepy little town that's long away from the sea. He never even tries to cook anything anymore. It's only when he complains about Mom's cooking that he pretends to be some kind of important chef. I used to think it was just my dad who was like this, but after listening to all the married women around here complain, every man seems just as bad. All their husbands are just short-tempered, just as violent, just as useless, and do just as little to help out their wives. After learning this, every grumpy-looking old man in town I see reminds me of him. When I think that I was born and raised just to support these horrible tyrants, I lose all hope. If everything works out, they're going to give my father a lot of money. I'm sure he's desperate to use it to pay back his debts. My father is selling me to pay back his debts. Selling, of course, just being marrying. Or marriage, in this case. Anyway. Let's see if we can go this way. I will still try to explore. Still try to be a little bit, still try to let you bask in the ambiance a little bit. But I really doubt there's going to be much in this second playthrough. I'm not sure. So I'm going to try to explore everything and see, just in case.
土砂崩れで通れない。昔はここ登ったな。
Okay. Not really finding much. Okay, so nothing in this area. Apparently there were a few notes that I missed as well during the first playthrough, and I was checking everywhere, dude. I was looking all over the fucking place. So we'll see what happens. Game should also run a lot more smoothly now. I did tweak a few things on my end. Hopefully it should be good. It might not look as, like, incredible as before, but we'll see what happens. Maybe in a future playthrough, though, we will remove the fog, which seems dumb, but just to have something else. We'll maybe do that for, like, ending C or something. I think there's 5 endings and then the joke ending. So we've got 4 more to go. And then the joke ending. But anyway. Remember when we first came through this place, I was walking everywhere. I wasn't running. We were just doing this, enjoying the scenery, because the game looks beautiful. The setting is incredible. It's just, again, the combat is the only problem I had with this title so far. What's this? So, local doctor's note. A fox's wedding is a common expression used for times when it rains while the sun is still shining. According to the older folk here in Hinamizawa, however, they also use this expression for when a young girl was spirited away. Folklore pertaining to gods and spirits becoming infatuated with human women is not something unique to Japan and can be found across the world. Hinamizawa is no exception to this. Even here, there are old tales of young girls being taken away on a fox's wedding and disappearing forever. And during the Meiji and Taisho period, the town elders would apparently reassure the families of missing daughters that they have been swept away by a fox lord and are now enjoying a life of luxury without care. Oh man. Well, I mean, of course we know about this. So, okay, we got something new involving the fox statues. So, Inari-sama statues act as memorials for older broken tools. It's okay to take these tools for your own as long as you have a use for them. This is called kishu, and it's an action that's considered virtuous. It's a teaching of Inari-sama to make the most out of tools in any way. Okay, not sure why we got that journal entry after learning about what just happened in the last ending, and how it was a fox wedding, because we got spirited away, quote-unquote. Unless it means that we can now... Guess I'll pray? What the fuck? Okay. Sure, why not? I assume we can now maybe get weapons.
私はどうしたら
Or something from here. I guess not. Well, let's save our progress. We're gonna save here. Okay. Anything new? I don't think I've got any items. I don't. We didn't use any Omamori last playthrough except near the end, but it doesn't matter now. And we can change costumes again if we really want to, but we're not going to. We still have some faith. We've got like 300 from the last playthrough. Let's check this way. Was there anything? Yeah, an entrance. That's blocked off. This is where we came from, I think, during the final chapter of the first playthrough. Where we go in from there, come back here, and this was the alternate path, and then the dolls were blocking our way this way. They were walking back and forth between this little path, being very annoying. Let's see if this fashion magazine is still here. Mm-hmm. Drinking at this time of day. Yep, that's still there. Anything new here, though? I don't believe so. Oh, another note. Okay. So, research notes on exotic herbology. Although the most famous translated Western medical book remains the New Text on Anatomy, there was a peculiar work by the name of Exotic Herbology, published in the 5th year of the Ane era in 1776 AD. Strange as the text was, it has largely been forgotten by history. A foreign missionary brought this text to Japan, along with a curious medicine that would supposedly allow one to speak with divine spirits. This drug came to be known as kakura makakura by locals. However, in order to have contact with the gods, one must first liberate one's soul. However, upon doing so, the individual will fall into a temporary state of unconsciousness, potentially leaving them vulnerable to malevolent spirits. And we can assume that's what we've been taking. That's what the red pills are for. Anytime we would take too many of them, we would eventually pass out. I say take too many of them, literally, but in the game's context, I guess. Hinako's been popping pills the whole time. And that's what leads her to end up in the Fox wedding, and, so on and so forth. Just double checking again for paper, anything. Although it is still pretty funny seeing us walk around in jeans and a shirt and boots
人気がないな
and a beret.
そういうなら誰か来てるかな
Okay. It is said that the kanji for Ebisu in Ebisugaoka holds the meaning of a person who has migrated from far away. The most fanciful theory for the origin of this town is that it was once a hidden village for Taira clan soldiers who lost the Genpei War. In the town's old customs, there are a few rules that seem like a part of a secret village's code, including things like not owning dogs or washing things in the river, but whether or not it's the truth remains a mystery. Interesting. But we kind of know a little bit about this again from some of the notes that we got last playthrough. About, the person that was cleaning the house or whatever, the housekeeper, being like, yeah, this looks like it's a house that belonged to the whatever clan, and so on and so forth. I don't think there was anything here. No, except just the giant radio. Anything here? Sweet potatoes. Okay. But nothing else, it seems. What about this way? Can't go that way. And nothing here. Okay, well, let's keep looking. Or papers or anything. Seriously, though, the scenery is so fucking nice. Still can't believe it. Alright, let's see if there's anything new here.
すいません運転手さんいませんか
Interesting.
他の道を探そう。
The streak is still there, which is neat. And of course, this means a lot more. Or sorry, it's got a deeper meaning when you remember that Hinako's name. What the fuck did it mean exactly? It was like it meant like little bird or something. You know, so metaphorically, a person that hasn't grown up, or a person who has yet to leave their home. You know, a bird that hasn't left the nest, right? So it's kind of interesting seeing a little baby bird or a bird be, you know, destroyed by a truck.
本当に羨ましいわ。まさかあの子がね。それに妬ましいわね。どうしてあの子なのよ。ねえ。噂をすればなんとやらだよ。
So obviously they're talking about Hinako and the wedding that she, you know, is now a part of. I'll still try to let it be a little bit atmospheric.
裏切り者。
サクコ、
どこ行くの？こっち通るの珍しいね。
車が道を塞いでてさ。
千鶴や？
今は誰かと喋りたくて。
私も後から行くね。
うん。じゃあね。
裏切り者。
Now, I did remove the Cute mod to remove the outfit that resembles Rena's Seifuku. You know, the blue, white, and yellow colors. So I'm not sure why she still has hers in that color. It's a little odd. But, oh well. So long as we still look like, what was it, Jill from Resident Evil? I guess that's all that matters. I don't think there's anything else here, though. We'll quickly check.
どこ行ったんだろう。
And if you recall, that truck should be from the local fisher, or fishing, I don't know, store, or I almost said coalition. Like it's just a fishing company, or from a fishing company. When we translated it during the first playthrough. And some of these signs do talk about stuff like how women belong in the kitchen and stuff. Not this one. This is probably something involving I forget what the name of those spiral things are, but they're like mosquito repellent. But some of these are like, oh, a woman's place is in the home, a husband's place is out at work or something. So if you speak Japanese, obviously, the game is a lot, you know, more symbolic. Or sorry, a lot of the signs are a lot more symbolic. I don't think we're seeing anything else here. You might have gotten a spoiler as to what Chu's outfit was like was though, but we'll see him in a bit. So still under construction, and there's nothing else here, I don't believe. So we're gonna try to look down, like so, and not show off what his outfit is. We'll let that we'll let that be a little suspenseful. Just checking around a little bit. You ready?
Yo, 相棒。
シュウ。
あのさ。
うん。なんか言ってよ。
お前こそ なんか言うことはないのかよ。
相棒にないんだったら私にだってない。
お前らしいや。受け身な生き方なんてお前らしくないぜ。お前が自分で選んだ道なら俺はいつまでも応援するからな。
シュウ。
シュウくん、お待たせ。
ひなこもいたんだ。リンコ。何の話をしてたの？いや、大した話は。
誰かとおしゃべりしたい気持ちだったんだって。
気が紛れたよ。
それはよかった。お役に立てて光栄の極み。会えると分かってたら借りてた雑誌持ってくればよかった。
ああ、貸したままでいいよ。リンコに貸した時点で戻ってくると思ってないし。
んだとこんちくしょう。笑いすぎだよ。サクコだってひなこから何か借りてるんじゃないの？私なんかあったかな。ねえひなこ、じゃあ私が借りてる500円も返さなくていいよね。サクコ利子つけて返すとか言ってなかった？言ってないよ。証文あんなら出してみろ。いいこと聞いた。これからはサクコに貸すとき消しゴムであっても証文書かせるから。そんな意地悪言わないでよ。ねえねえ、昨日のラジオ聞いた？聞いた。あ、でも途中で寝ちゃった。まったく、サクコお子様なんだから。またバカにして。ひなこ？
あ、ごめん。何？
裏切りも。
It really does feel like Resident Evil now. Also, apparently you can die here. I don't remember if I talked about that before, but you can die in the prologue or in this little section or whatever. Which I didn't know. Oh yeah, we don't go this way. But anyway, we did die. Here it is. Run, Hinako, run. Ayako. Oh no, what do we do?
ひなこしっかり。
お姉ちゃん。
Oh boy.
痛い。これ週にもらっててよかった。
Okay, it's the same thing.
相棒の言う通りだな。
So let's continue without taking the painkillers. See if we can get that achievement or whatever. We'll use other means to heal ourselves, quote unquote. Now, like I said, the mod that I am using does give you infinite HP. So if we get attacked, we'll be fine. Like we're not gonna die. Same for infinite stamina, unless I believe you like swing really hard. We'll do this just so that she walks normally. If you swing, like if you swing too hard or something, after a while, it does start to deplete your stamina. But if you let it, you know, heal up again,
どこ
you'll be fine.
急いで咲子のとこに戻らないと。
Anyway, let's see what's this way. Shit, I think we weren't supposed to pick up any of them. It's either don't pick up any or don't use any. If it was use, then we're fine. If it was don't pick up any, then we're fucked already. Because I already picked up red pills, which is not good. Anyway. Let's move on. I don't remember much of the beginning of the game because it's been a good while since last we played it. So we'll see how it goes. But we're still probably going to be avoiding combat
週
for the most part, and we're just going to move on with the story. So we'll see what happens. There's nothing here.
週リンコ
What a spoiler, huh? Avoid the monsters and move ahead. Anyway, I think those attacks can still kill you, quote unquote, like grab attacks or unavoidable attacks. But otherwise, if she stabs us or something, like it won't do anything. But anyway, we can avoid combat by hiding, which was like something awesome that I praised the game for when it started, or when we started playing it, where it was like, oh, you can avoid combat by, you know, hiding from monsters, and then it immediately threw that shit away like an hour or two later after the first major boss. It's like, well, you're fucked. You have to fight shit now. Anyway, let's keep going. Here I'm trying to be like atmospheric, there's no point in doing so. But yeah, we go this way now. We still need to explore to pick up, you know, notes and things. Just in case. I don't remember if we got this. There was like, I think there was a radio here, and I missed a broadcast or a message that played here. Yeah, this.
孫川鉄橋は崩落しています。繰り返します。孫川鉄橋は国籍不明円盤の攻撃により崩落しています。恵比寿ヶ丘地区から東へは脱出できません。繰り返します。
Okay. Nope. Yeah, I did miss this area the first time. If I recall, in the first playthrough, that radio message plays something about like adults arguing about something. I think it was parents arguing about marriage. Anyway, we need to go straight ahead, but you know. Should have maybe checked at the end, see if there was like a note or something here, but I don't believe so. Yeah, I don't think there was anything there except more enemies. So let's move on. I'll avoid the red capsules just in case. We're not gonna need them anyways, but yeah. I was thinking of getting a mod to also just increase the durability of weapons. You know, make them indestructible or whatever. But there's no point. Because I'm not planning on engaging with the game's mechanics, or combat, at least. Except for the mandatory boss fights. And I guess mandatory gauntlets if we still get those in the second playthrough. Nothing here. Okay. Anyway, we have to get the key from the mask upstairs or whatever. Household tips for the good wife and wise mother. A collection of loving ways for mothers to create the perfect home. Of course, that would be in her nightmare world of all things. Yeah. So let's get the key from upstairs. Fight the thing that's gonna pop out of, nowhere. More red capsules, which we'll pass on. It would have been funny if they let us keep the, 100 plus red capsules that we had at the end of the first playthrough. That would have been really funny. Yokan. And nothing here. Anything else? Fuck. Did not mean to pick those up. Anyway. Okay. We cannot go out there. Keep forgetting, but there's going to be an enemy right in front of us. As we are guided this way. Right. Anyway. Backdoor key. A sturdy-looking barrel key. Right. If there's anything else. That's where the bloody key was, or led us to. I think we missed this on the first playthrough as well. There was one of these. Let's see. Or actually, wait. I think this is where we're supposed to go. Let's quickly go back. I don't remember if I did this the first playthrough or not. Let's try checking the outside, or the back door, I mean, and see what's outside. Let's see. Yeah, I don't recall if we checked this area. We didn't, actually. Because here... there should be this thing. Whale. When using a restorative item, you will not be interrupted by normal attacks. So that would have been pretty great in like 2 of the boss fights or something during the last playthrough. Here it doesn't matter. So let's go back up. We're probably gonna have to fight something else again. No? Okay. No secondary jump scare or anything dumb. Return while avoiding the monsters.
ここはまずい。シュウたち無事だといいけど。
Right, because Sakugo got murdered for the most part. More pills, which we'll pass on. She's literally in the way. Okay. Anyway, we have to go that way, but let's see if there's any other notes or something. Here, there should be an enemy, I believe, that pops out, but... yeah, bandages, which we don't need. Okay, I think that's it for this. Yeah, actually, wait, did I... did we check this one? Don't believe we can. No. There's something here, but we can't go this way. Hmm.
そんなとこに置いとくなんて。
Okay, let's enshrine it. And yeah, let's record again. I'm surprised they're not giving me the what's it called? The pre-order bonus or whatever again. Which I immediately just enshrined. When we did our first playthrough, I was like, I don't need to use recovery items. Like, I'm gonna try my best not to.
変な箱。
Oh,
あ、開いた。
interesting. There's a new box. Diary of Revenge. According to the Nihon Shoki, one of Japan's most ancient history books, Yamato no Orochi, a colossal 8-headed dragon, which was basically a snake with 8 heads, demanded the sacrifice of beautiful young girls for it to devour. Upon hearing this, the wild deity Susanoo Mikoto brought 8 barrels of sake to the dragon and lured it into drinking them. Once Yamato no Orochi had become intoxicated, he slew the dragon by chopping off all 8 heads. And according to Ebisugaoka's oldest historical records, after being decapitated, one of the Yamato no Orochi's heads flew far west and fell between the mountains of Higanokuni. The head eventually came back to life as a poisonous water dragon that plagued the land for many years to come. Higanokuni is known now as Ebisugaoka. There are records of toxic gas leaks from the underground water streams in the past. Oh my god. It is highly possible that this is where the legend of the poisonous water dragon stemmed from. However, while the local records state that Yamato no Orochi's head flew here, there is no mention of this in the Nihon Shoki. It's not hard to surmise that some shameless individuals put a religious spin on the noxious leaks to turn a profit, and falsified connection using the famous literature to solidify their claim. And we got an Emma. So, again, this is going to be Higurashi spoilers, so if for some reason you haven't played Higurashi, I guess I'll have the menu. I'll have the menu open and mention it real quick. So when I do this, that's when it'll be, you know, spoilers are over. I would put up the spoiler button, but that takes too long. So we'll just do this real quick. Anyway, so as we know, in Higurashi, what ends up happening at the end of every single ending, or every chapter, for the most part, is that the great Hinamizawa disaster occurs, where there is like a toxic gas leak, quote unquote, coming from the swamp, and then everyone dies. We know that's not really what happens because of what happens at the end of Higurashi. So it's crazy that they're even referencing it here. They're doing something similar. We did learn about how there is a specific ritual that you have to do to purify the land, quote unquote, in order for in order to get permission from the gods to build whatever it is that you want to build wherever. And it is said that you would seal, like, you provide a holy seal above the ground so that the ancient poisonous dragon or whatever that lives underneath this mountain doesn't get out from that hole. So, I mean, we're seeing all the parallels. We're seeing all the parallels from Higurashi. We're seeing all the parallels from the past the past ending as well. So far it's been pretty interesting. Seeing some of the new little, like, changes here and there. From ending A to, well, this. That, and we also got a knife, which I know for sure was not in the last part. Or in this area in the last game. Anyway, this thing's in the way, so okay. Anyway. Is there anything back here? No. Now here we're gonna have a bunch of enemies pop up out of nowhere, such as here, and you have to fight them. I'm pretty sure. Also, I never noticed this river. I don't think I pointed it out last time. Just looks pretty neat. Still, the parallels, again, to Higurashi are still just really cool. So it does make me happy that we played through all of Higurashi first, before checking this game out. Actually, I think I did infinite durability as well for the weapons, now that I think about it. Just in case. Yeah, because otherwise our pipe would be kind of broken. It'd probably be at like the halfway mark by now. Anyway. Phenomena, which we don't need. He's up there. Let's see if there's anything else here. You'll come. Which is fine, and I don't think there is anything else. Right, let's go back up. Anyway, anything else here? Not seeing anything. But I'm gonna... oh. Nothing here. And more pills. And a bat. Already. Okay, save. Oh, I guess that little icon. Yeah. That's the ending that you've got, or the endings that you've gotten so far. So there's the pill. So the pill ending, or ending A. Now, oh.
Sakuko. 咲子の夢だったよね。堅苦しい神社じゃなくて駄菓子屋の娘に生まれたかったって。ここならいつでも好きなだけお菓子が食べられるよ。おやすみ、咲子。帰りな。今日はもう閉店だよ。咲子、私やっぱり咲子との約束守りたいよ。
Okay, anyway. So we have to fight 3 of them. So that's 1, and then we're gonna have 2 pop out. Here they are. And this should be it. Oh, this one has flowers or whatever. So she's stronger. Right, so 2 quick things before I forget. The other thing that I forgot to mention during the little Higurashi comparison segment was the whole changing of the village name. So, I mean, that does happen in Higurashi. It used to be known as Onigavachi, and then it became, Hinamizawa. This place used to be known as something else before it became Ebisugaoka, so that's another neat little parallel. One final thing. Since we already got ending A, from this point onward, we can get, I guess, any other ending depending on the choices that you make. So now choices do matter. As for what those are, I don't know. I assume, like, not taking pills is one of them. Or something. Let's see. Thy restless heart betrays thee as unfit for this auspicious day. Thou must first pay respect to the gods and the spirits of thine ancestors. A restless heart leads to a corrupt soul. Only through sufficient offerings laid upon many stands may thy soul be cleansed. Okay. Well, let's see. I think these are still the same where they're like labeled. Yeah. So this goes here. This goes here. This, I believe, has one. No, this has the multiple ones, so this goes here. Come on. There we go. And... nope. Doesn't want to move it. For some reason. Okay. I mean, maybe I'll place the other ones first. This is 2, so this goes here. And this one goes up there, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway. Okay, weird.
Ohayo. 悪い夢にうなされていたかな。
悪い夢。
怪我はないか。怪我をするような。
Anyway, let's yeah, let's just push on through. I think here it's just currently, yeah, follow Fox Mask. Actually, can we leave? I'm not sure what's supposed to happen during this ending. So yeah, they don't let us go back. That's a shame. Because I'm not sure what choices I can make. I'm not sure if I'm going to be given options or what's going to lead to one ending. So I guess we'll find out. We'll try to go and see what ending we end up getting. I'll try to, like, maybe decline any offers or any advancements made by Fox Mask. And we'll see if we get the, I don't know, ending B or ending C. I'm not sure which one we're getting specifically. We're trying to get ending B. But, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. And I guess as a reminder, we are playing this game modded. So, we do have costumes that are different than the ones that are offered with the game. Such as, you know, Hinako wearing Jill's outfit from fucking Resident Evil. We also have infinite stamina, infinite HP, and infinite durability for our weapons. So, and I think we're playing on all easy mode for this, just to speed shit up. Okay, let's see what's up. Right, so last time I did point out some of the differences in the, you know, in the cutscenes and stuff like that. So far, everything looks normal. Right. So we'll see what happens. What a beautiful place this is. Sparkling lakes, fragrant flowers, the melodic chirps of birds singing. This must be paradise. Or are we in the same place? The scraps of paper are also different. This playthrough, it seems. So wait, I guess we'll just keep exploring. We'll see what's up. We're gonna have to open up that other like door to the right, assuming everything's still the same.
何の神社?
Kimiのために鍵を用意した。案内しよう。
Okay. Let's see if there's any other notes or something this way before we proceed. Right, now we're being railroaded. I forgot. Okay, well, let's go.
こっちだ、ひなこ。ついてる。
So creepy. Okay. More Yokon, which doesn't matter.
じゃあお前が
Oh yeah, I'm trying to avoid the capsules.
なんかこれに似た絵を見かけたような。
Let's see. Did we get the journal for this? No. I don't think so. I think I actually have to go back and check. But you know what? I'm just gonna skip that. I'm just gonna look up the puzzle real quick, because we've already done this. We've already done this on hard mode. So who cares? I'll just look it up. This is the easy difficulty. I don't remember what it was. But let's see the Shrine Vault story mode. So it is. It is this, and the snake with a V on it. There you go. Open the shrine vault without getting hit. Okay, well, who cares? When we did that puzzle the first time, it made no fucking sense. And I assume the second time, actually, let's see, does it give me the answer to it? No, it doesn't even show me, because we didn't attempt the puzzle. We just brute forced it. So we didn't get any of the hints from the Emmas, or whatever.
淡雪の紅玉より削り出して作った君のための鍵だ。
私のために。
その鍵を稲荷像に。
Right. Actually. Just very quickly, because this is supposed to be scary, I guess. I don't know. Do we get anything for it? We do not. That's kind of lame. Anyway. Let's, I guess, drain our sanity and run to the statue. And if you've forgotten, if you ever get stunned like that and you start losing your sanity, just dodge like that. Oh, it's like raining too. This way. God, look at all the enemies they throw at you for no fucking reason. I mean, here you're supposed to evade them, so that's fine, but my god. It's just a prelude of what's to fucking come.
先ほどの扉は客人を招くためのものだ。だが、こちらの扉は聖域へ入ることを許された者にしか開かれない。
私は入っていいの？
もちろんだとも。君を招くために今日がある。まだ少し歩かねばならないが、しばし休もうか。
大丈夫です。
疲れたらすぐに言いなさい。では行こうか。
ひなこ
He hadn't loaded in.
しっかりしろ。返事をしろ。よかった。まあお前は簡単に死ぬようなやつじゃないよな。
シュウはまだ生きてる。
サクコは無事だよな。一体どうなってんだ。街から誰もいなくなってる。これは悪い夢なのか。
どこに行っても化け物しかいない。悪夢以外の何者でもないな。
だとしても幸運だったよ。この世界に残ったのが2人だとして、そのもう一人がお前で嬉しいよ、相棒。
リンコは？
俺はあいつに話があるって言われただけで別にその。
リンコは無事なのか？一緒に逃げたんじゃないのか？
悪い。俺も混乱してたみたいだ。あの時はみんなバラバラに逃げた。俺もリンコの姿は見てない。
こんな状況でリンコはどこへ？
自分の家か。行ってみようぜ、相棒。
gone again. Okay. So there were a few differences.
よし、しっかりしないと。とにかくリンコを見つけなきゃ。
Mainly the doll actually being next to, sorry, the doll being next to the entrance or the doors and on the other side. I don't believe we had seen her before in the first playthrough. And then this time we had Shu holding on to us, which was also new, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So game still chugs every now and again. Oh no. I think that, I don't know if that's a thing that actually shows up on your end. If so, hold on, let me, well, I guess I'll see it in a bit in the playback. But if so, that seems to be an Unreal Engine 5 thing, specifically. I'm currently looking at the playback, waiting for it to catch up. And we'll see. I'm checking here as well while I'm at it. Just a pipe. We don't really need anything. Yeah, it happened for you guys as well. That, like, shrinking or whatever, where you kind of saw it just like stutter for a bit, that's just something that happens with the Unreal Engine 5. I was checking out another game that also runs through it, and while I was walking around in the town, that would happen a lot. I did have a recent update for my graphics card, so I was hoping that maybe that would help out a bit, but and I mean, it seems like it has in some way, but it just kind of shows like how unoptimized and how terrible this game kind of is every now and again. But it's whatever. I can't complain if the game is running smoothly right now. And again, we're just checking for stuff like this. Traditionally, the residents of this town have long relied on folk medicine for medical care. Even to this day, a number of the more elderly members of the community still turn to herbal remedies over modern medicine. Too many times do I get these older patients come to me only after exhausting the usefulness of their traditional remedies. I just wished it would come to me sooner before it was too late for them. I was given the chance to discuss my concerns with one of the Iwais, a family who have stood as the town's physicians for generations, and to my pleasant surprise, they asked if I would give some talks to educate the elderly on modern medicine. I want to respect local traditions as best as I can, though. After all, folk medicine and modern medicine are two sides of the same coin. I believe they can and should coexist with each other. Interesting. I don't think we can go out this way. But you cannot. Alright, I think that's it. So let's just go around. And we have these scarecrows again, which is neat. Also, I believe a baseball bat should be here. If not, it's on the way back. So, yeah, let's start going this way. Oh, there it is, that stuttering thing again. I hope that's not prevalent. I hope that doesn't remain. I'm not sure how to actually fix that, but I do know that that is just an Unreal Engine 5 thing. I've not had that issue with any other game that runs on, I don't know, anything else. Research Journal Photo 2. Research Journal Photo. A photo attached to a research journal. It appears to be a clue collected by a researcher investigating the folklore of Ebisugaoka. Where the fuck is this? Oh. Don't tell me we really do get a katana. Regarding the legend of the sacred sword, in the Muromachi period, the Great Famine of Oe had young individuals desperate for quick money. and so they searched for the legendary sword. One story even claims that the sword was discovered. However, the youth who found it became consumed by the Taira clan's resentment and massacred the others one after another. What? After that, the sword became known as the Sacred Sword, and is thought to contain the lingering animosity of the defeated Taira soldiers. Was the sword hidden after that? There is not enough information. I must search for the Jizo statues myself. I was able to get in contact with the resident who knows the location of an old Jizo statue. This may be my first clue that will lead me to the sword. Isn't it buried by the tree? In the old shrine? Of Ojiso-san. Okay, so this is like a new quest, I guess. Yeah, here we go. Like the sacred sword, you know, from the tree. At least we assume it was buried there. Is this by the construction site? I'm not sure. I think that might be by the school. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's been a good while. Here's some more Higashi. And let's quickly enshrine some stuff. Not that we need to or need anything else. This can go, chocolate can go. We don't have an Emma, right? We've got 2. Well, not that we need anything here, but, you know. Let's just record and move on. So far, we're blazing through this. And I believe this was something I missed the first time, where I dismissed this as just like, you know, just rubbish that was there.
シュウいるか？
なんだ相棒。
今のこの状況、いつまでも宇宙船総ごっこをしていたい。私かお前の夢の中ってことはないよな。
だったら互いの頬をつねり合ってみるか。
いや、自分の方法くらい自分でつねれる。
残念だが夢じゃないみたいだな。
And now he's gone again. I think I mentioned it last time, but one of the voice actresses, the one that plays Hinako, was actually streaming the game or something. And in that previous, in the last stream, or if you're watching this on YouTube, I think I'm going to splice both of the this stream and the last stream together. Where we had that cutscene where Sakuko shows up with Shu. When Shu shows up, she's like super happy. She's like, oh my god, it's Shu. And she's like smiling. And the second that Hinako shows up, she like immediately starts frowning. And it's really funny. Anyway. This door is locked from the front, right? Yeah. So I believe there was something else nearby. We can still go up there, but I think there was something else I missed. A note or something the first time. Just double check. No, it doesn't seem like it. Might be a different area that I'm thinking of. Anyway, this shouldn't take too long. I wish you could preemptively kill this thing, but you can't. Anyway. It's locked. Here we go. Old medical record. Fujitori Toyuki, age 9. The patient had joined a group of children chasing down a fox that had wandered into the village. The fox then attacked the patient, leaving several lacerations on his face. The wound below his left eye is particularly deep and shows a considerable risk of scarring. During treatment, he suddenly felt unconscious and was measured with a fever of over 40 degrees. Emergency transfer of the patient to the prefectural hospital was requested. Upon arrival, however, the doctors that there were unable to detect any abnormalities, even after multiple rounds of testing. What? After confirming his condition was stable, the patient was cleared to return home the following morning. When questioned during a follow-up examination, the patient responded that he felt completely fine. According to the patient's mother, however, Kotoyuki is like a whole other boy and has been applying himself to his schoolwork harder than ever before. So it's like this kid had his face eaten by a fox. And then that cured him from being, you know, a rambunctious child. He started trying harder in school. That's really fucking funny, if that's what happened. Local doctors note, there are numerous tales of those who blaspheme against the Inari faith by being possessed by the fox. These tales have no quantitative scientific basis, of course. However, I want to try my best to avoid outright refuting tradition and local beliefs. The effectiveness of any medicine provided to a patient who believes themselves sick due to the fox's possession is drastically low. As a man of science, I surprise even myself here when I say that, for the best results, patients should be told to offer their sincere prayers to Oinari-san prior to seeking medical treatment. By respecting and complying with local traditions, I feel I can build a far stronger build a far stronger rapport with my patients here. Interesting. Alright, let's grab the key from the box. Is there anything new this time? Nope, still eyeballs. Nothing here. Nothing on this side. Nothing up here. Alright, let's grab the key that's right here. No, wait. Here. Hey, there's the key. Anything new, though, in the meantime? No. Okay. Any other notes or things scattered about, perhaps, that I might have missed? An Estus flask, but that's it. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else. Alright, let's get jump scared real quick. Oh no. Oh, let's grab the dried carcass.
でもお供え物
Oh no.
誰かいるの
It's like the end of Evangelion all of a sudden. Hinako learns to accept herself. She learns to be happy. Her parents show up out of nowhere. They're just like, omedetou. Shu shows up, also congratulating her. Yeah, nothing this way. Damn, look at the fog outside. It's so fucking thick. Anyway. Ready? And that's it. Anyway. I don't think we can go out the front door. So let's just move on. Now, we are supposed to go, like, to Rinko's house, which is somewhere this way. Yeah, that way. But let's head on over to the shrine again and see if anything new pops up. God, it feels so nice being able to play this game at like 60 FPS again. Like, it truly did ruin the experience near the end of the, you know, the home stretch of the first playthrough, where it was just chugging like crazy, every now and again for no fucking reason.
咲く子の
see. There's no note here, unless it's... No. Okay. Let's just look around real quick. So here's the key to her mailbox again. So... I wonder if this time we can actually go there. Oh, did you see that? There she is. Crazy だよ。We can pass. Oh, I thought someone was actually standing there again. It's just, what's it called? I don't know the official name of that thing, but it's the, what's this? Rusted flask. An antique portable thermos bottle. The glass container inside is broken, so this is no longer usable. Weird. I thought it was a person that was standing there after, like, Sakuko did her dance or whatever, but it turns out that it's just the string or whatever that you pull whenever you go to make an offering. I talked about it last time, or, well, in, like, the 5th stream or something when we went to the old shrine. This is currently Sakuko's, like, main shrine or whatever, or the main shrine of the Higurashi family. But you basically, you know, you do your prayer, you offer, you know, some money to the offertory box, and then afterwards you pull this not lever, but you pull on, like, you know, a rope or something, and it rings a bell usually.
Oi, Aibo. Rinko no ie wa sotchiじゃないぜ。
ごめん。ぼんやりしてた。
ここ、サクコの家の神社だよな。
うん。
あんまり思い詰めるな。急いでリンコを探そう。
そうだな。行こう。
Actually, let's go back. That was probably like a sign of like, hey, you should check back up here. Unless I did that the first time as well. It's been a bit. We've been playing this game for like a month. And we are making a lot more progress, like during the second playthrough, compared to the first one, where I was taking my time with everything. Yeah, there's nothing here. Like during the first playthrough, I was literally just walking everywhere, taking in the view, because the game looks beautiful. Like, all of this looks amazing. It's so fucking wonderful. It's such a nice looking game. I'm sure it hits a lot harder if you grew up in the mountains or something like this in Japan, and you go through this. Like, you go through this little experience playing this game, you're like, oh man, yeah, like, my little mountain village had something like this. It was a giant shrine. There was the torii gates that lead up to it. There were these, like, you know, crappy fences, or, you know, crappy little, like, pieces of wood protecting people from not going into the mountains and getting killed by a bear or a boar. I'm sure it hits a lot harder. It's a lot more impactful, I should be saying, if you maybe grew up in the Japanese mountains. Otherwise, it's just nice to look at. But anyway, so they want us to go, it was straight ahead. We should still try to explore this area a little bit, just to see if there is anything else. I'll quickly grab whatever's here. Maybe there's a note, and if not, we'll start going this way. I think there was a pipe. Yeah, there it is. So that's just a pipe, which we don't need. Anything else? Oh yeah, back here. There was this. We offered the rusted flask. Huh? I found a damaged Ojizo-san in the mountains. The character from Mizu, water, can be faintly seen etched into the stone base. I wonder what will happen if I offer something that relates to that character. Is this Sakugo's family shrine? My ears were met with a soothing chime of bells upon offering the item. This should do. Well, I guess we made progress. I remember the first time we were here. Like this area just had sound. Like there was like wind blowing and stuff. Also, wouldn't this be blasphemous? Offering to Ojiso instead of the fox spirit? Interesting. Unless that's what's gonna happen, like where we've got the old deity of the town and the quote-unquote new one. I'm trying to remember, it's been a little while, but I remember there being something related to like the fox statue being new. Also the scarecrow disappeared again. Where oh, look at this. He's here on the map now. Where the fox statue, sorry, the fox god, Inari, was like the backup god that they started worshipping because of something. Let's quickly get rid of him. There we go. Toolkit, which we're not gonna need. And, yeah, alright, let's start exploring some more. Ah, fuck, I picked up capsules. I didn't mean to. Okay, well, we can't go this way. So we still have to go all the way around. This would be terrifying, though. Like, if you do live in a Japanese mountain town, it's not a big deal, right? Because everyone knows each other. If someone's a serial killer, like, everyone knows who it is, probably, right? But if you didn't live in a society that's very tightly knit, walking through a place like this, like, imagine walking through this place at 5 a.m. You know, like, the sun is like, barely, like, you know, on the horizon. It's still kind of like, you know, it's dawn. And then all you have is this. Just like a ton of fog. It'd be pretty creepy. It's very humid out. You can literally taste the moisture. Anyway, just double checking a few things. Yeah, so there's another way we could have gone. And nothing here. Anyway, nothing this way, but let's actually go to the statue, or shrine, I mean, and offer the carcasses and the like. Where is it? This and this. That should be it. Not like we need anything else, but it's whatever. Okay. Let's go back. But yeah, I remember the, like, the second stream of this took a few hours just to get through it. Like, to get through this area. Which is really funny. There's nothing this way. Okay. Let's see, there should be a note somewhere about, like, the elderly or something. I think it was here. No, might have been on the other side. Oh yeah, I remember this thing tried to ambush us. I think it was during the first playthrough. And like, I didn't let it. Or I managed to dodge very quickly and get out of the way. Before any of that happened, right now, my controller vibrated like crazy. But yeah, we just have to go here. Just double checking. Okay, yeah, let's go around. Wait, we can't go this way. Yeah, because this is in the way. Oh. Thought I saw a white dot, but no. Anyway, let's go this way. Move, please. We want to check back here. Maybe there's another note. Nope, just a carcass. Okay. So from here, yeah, we just have to go around and then up. And then maybe check this way. Oh, this thing popped up out of nowhere. That's really funny. But I remember we were dodging all of these dolls like crazy. I was waiting for them to walk through and so on and so forth. Well, we can't go through here, right? Because if we get in the way, I was waiting for them to go. And then it just got really annoying. Every now and again. But yeah, look, a scarecrow. And now it's gone. Here you could get ambushed by this thing. This is the one that tried to grab us during the first playthrough, and it didn't work. Or where I perfect dodged it, which was really funny. I was like, oh, the game's trying to scare you. I think this is one area that I missed. Here, let's just get rid of this thing. There we go. It's faster than me just being here and then maybe getting accosted or something out of nowhere. Anyway. School paper cutout. The Legend of Ebisugaoka. The Legend of Ebisugaoka's monster, Ayakakashi. Huh? Oh, long ago, there was a sighting of a scarecrow monster known as Ayakakashi here in Ebisugaoka. It appeared one sweltering summer day deep within the crop fields, dancing a most peculiar of dances, like a ripple of hot air. People warned not to let one's gaze settle for too long upon its bizarre figure, or try to get close to Ayakakashi, for it will chase any who do to the ends of the earth before taking their life. Huh. Oh, look at this. A poster for a UFO, huh? Or for a movie. Or an alien movie. The Great Space Invasion. Now in brilliant color. The Great Space Invasion. Experience terror like never before with the invasion of the body-snatching aliens. Oh, man. Oh. Space Wars. We got an update. Okay. Shu wanted to watch this movie when he was young and came up with the Space Wars game we used to play. I watched it back then too because my dad dragged me to see it. I don't have any memories of that time, but according to my dad, it scared me so much that I couldn't stop crying for days. Interesting. So, as you all know, maybe, I mean, as I'm sure you would all be familiar with, Silent Hill has usually quite a few serious endings, and then for the most part, they usually have 4 or 5 endings that relate to the characters or something, the story in some way, shape, or form. Usually seeing things from different perspectives. But then you will have a joke ending where you'll have, well, aliens be involved in some way, shape, or form. In every single Silent Hill title, that does have this joke ending with aliens, it's usually revealed that there's a Shiba Inu controlling things from, like, you know, a room. And that's it. And that's the joke ending. I wonder what it's gonna be like here. It'd be really funny if Rika from, like, Higurashi is the one that's controlling things. It's not aliens or something, it's just her. And then we have Rena do a cameo, and she's talking about aliens invading her local town, and, you know, we get some references to chapter 5.
この気持ち悪いのには触るなよ。毒があるかもしれない。右の庭から回ってこっちに来い。
わかった。
Chapter 5 or chapter 6 from Higurashi. Be really funny. Anyway, now that we don't have to worry about dying, we could maybe do this boss fight very quickly. Ditch chocolate. We don't really need the first aid kits either. Or the steel pipe. Anything else? No, I think that was it. Okay. So we can't open this, of course. Toolkit, that's fine. Now, if you're playing this for the first time for some reason, or if you get to this boss fight, just, you know, scout the arena first. Grab the items that are here. There's a few, like 3. There's a box with bandages, and there's like one more thing, I think. No? Okay. And then once you do this... Anyway.
ひなこ、どうした？
でかい化け物が出た。
何？そっちまで行けないんだ。蔵に逃げ込め。俺は窓をこじ開ける。
It's a good thing we don't have to worry about taking damage anymore. We can quickly get rid of this thing, then I can, you know, pull the keys out. Oh, it's already dead. Is it actually dead? It's not. It can respawn. That's horseshit. Mind you, enemies are about to appear the second we, you know, go once. Let's see if we can hear the dolls pop up. So they're gonna be over there. Okay, never mind. Unless... No, they don't appear. I guess because we... You know. I guess because we took it out beforehand. Anyway, we can also now look through this area a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So was there anything in here? No. Like no notes, no item, or anything. Oh, there was a third doll. Which is really funny. Well, let's get out of here.
大丈夫か？
なんとかな。
よかった。純子さんに頼まれたんだ。何があってもお前を守れってな。
お姉ちゃんが？
ずいぶん前の話さ。さあ、行こうぜ。
行こう。
It's just so funny seeing her in this fucking outfit. Anything else? No. Alright, off we go. So let's check this way. Here. Let's see if there's any notes or anything else. Nope, just the gore. The shrine to Inari. And there should be a note or something at the end of here. Unless it was just chocolate. Or some stupid item. Just Inari sushi. Well, we can ditch, I don't know. Fucking one Arare can go. Or Yokan, I mean. Yeah, that's good enough. We should have another shrine nearby. Because we're about to go to the Scarecrow area unless that's removed for this path. I'm not sure. But here's the shrine. Shrine, these things. This and this. Okay. Well, let's save and move on. And we are making progress, that's for sure. Okay. Let's see if there's anything this way. Shu's just fucking waiting for us. Like, alright, Hinako, like, let's get moving. Okay. And looks like OBS crashed. We'll see if it reconnects. Alright, looks like it's back. Okay, well, we'll keep going for a little bit. If it crashes again, I'll stop, but...
ここで遊んだのいつの頃だっけな。
懐かしいね、ここ。幼い頃、この辺りで迷って、ワンワン泣いた記憶がある。
お前が泣くとこが想像できないぜ。
もうずいぶん長いこと、泣いた記憶がない。
お前は何でも我慢して、心に溜め込む悪い癖があるからな。春にはメダカやオタマジャクシ捕まえたっけ。水が気持ちよかったな。ほら。田んぼで遊んで泥だらけになって怒られたこともあったっけ。
こんな状況なのに懐かしい思い出ばかり思い出す。
今ではどれも懐かしいな。辛くなったらいつでも泣けよ。俺が絶対に相談に乗ってやるからな。
ありがとう、相棒。
よし、行こうぜ。霧が深いな。リンコのやつ無事だといいんだが。
相棒？
Okay. It did get... OBS did crash. Well, not crash, but it did get disconnected twice more. In between, you know, that cutscene and, etc. If it happens one more time, I think it will stop. But anyway. This is, more pills, I think? Yeah. We'll pass on those. Alright, let's take a look. Who are you? Why do you always have to be different than so different than than everyone else? Freak. Girl. Guy. One of them is different. Or actually, what am I doing? Why am I trying to solve the puzzle? Let's move on. One sec. It should be... No. 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 Is there another? Just double checking. No. Okay. Then it should be this one, I think. I don't know. Yeah, this one. Anyway. Child drowns in waterway. Another drowning in a waterway in a Ryukishi game. On the evening of the 7th, a 5-year-old girl fell into the waterway of a rice field and subsequently drowned to death. Authorities believe she accidentally fell while playing. Or fell in while playing. And she throwing it back. Anyway. Let's go this way. Any other... No. Okay, well, let's keep going. No other notes or anything. Right, next. Who are you? Honestly, you're helpless without me. Should be you. Child drowns in waterway. To the children of Ebisugaoka, good kids don't play near waterways. Be especially careful when there has been a lot of rain because water levels will rise. Good kids don't play in crop fields. Watch out for those reservoirs and ponds because they're dangerous too. True? Creepy faces. Anyways. Any other notes nearby? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, what's up with you? Who are you? I'll be your friend, otherwise you'd be so miserably alone. Should be... No. No. It's you. Child drowns in waterway. Around 6 p.m., the girl's family discovered her floating face down in the waterway after being carried 2 kilometers downstream from where she initially fell in. She was transported to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead on arrival. Multiple accidents have occurred due to this waterway in the past, but a single prevention measure has yet to be put in place. Huh. Oh, they really just put it right in your face, huh? They really just throw that at you, huh? They're like, it's the second playthrough, who cares? There's nothing here. Okay, here we go. Who are you? Tell me truly. You two aren't anything more than friends, right? I've always been watching you when you weren't looking, you know. Right, so these are obviously... No, this is obviously, God, hold on, it's not her. It's, yeah. No, it's not Sakuko. It's Rinko. It's Rinko talking about us. Anyway. It's this one. If it's not obvious. Where's the, Oh. Sorry, I didn't see you. Anyway. You can tell, because, I mean... Boy, her, and then the one that looks like Rinko anyways. Parents and guardians. When children are lost and begin to panic, they become less able to pay attention to their surroundings. There have been numerous reports of children running around areas they are not familiar with, then falling into waterways and reservoirs and drowning. If you come across a lost child, please offer your help to them. Okay. Well, she didn't throw it back. Oh, anything here? Oh. Alright, off we go. Are you guys wild? No, they're not. We keep going this way. There should be a hint scarecrow or whatever nearby. Unless I walked too far, which I probably did. Okay, well we're gonna get transported back if I did anyways, but we're fine. Alright, last one. Who are you? You. Yes, you. Oh, they look so freaky. Anyway, it should be this one. This evening, the lifeless body of Shimizu Hinako. Huh? This evening, the lifeless body of Shimizu Hinako was found in a crop-field waterway after she presumably drowned to death. It is suspected that she panicked after losing her way and began running around in the dark. This is likely when she stumbled and fell into the waterway. The name of the actual child who tragically died has been replaced with the cutout letters of my name. What a disgusting prank. Yeah, I was like, what do you mean, Hinako?
おい、ひなこ、
あれ、さっきのは。
早く来いよ。
And then that was an achievement for not making a mistake. Anyway. Let's go this way first, if it lets me.
シュウが待ってる。
Of course not.
行かなきゃ。
おーい、ひなこ。
リンコは。
読んでみよう。リンコ、俺だ、シュウだ。いるなら返事してくれ。
来てくれたんだ。あ、ひなこも無事でよかった。
怪我はないか。家族は。
私は大丈夫。でも誰もいないの。足の悪いおばあちゃんまでいないなんて、こんなの絶対に変。誰もいないし、気味の悪い怪物がうるつき回ってるし、何が何だかわからないよ。サクコ、あんないい子がどうして。
これ以上ここにとどまるのは危険だ。町を出た方がいい。
町を出るって、お父さんやお母さんは、みんなは。
助けを呼ぶためにも、今は行動を急いだ方がいいかもしれない。
みんなを見捨てるわけじゃない。助けるためにも一度脱出する必要があるんだ。
でも街を出るって言ってもあれじゃ無理だよ。
無理ってどういう意味だ？
そっちの窓から鉄橋が見えるよ。霧が濃くなければ。
嘘だろ。
鉄橋がどうしよう。
東の鉄橋がダメなら西の県道を目指そう。
So funny.
柊の家の裏山を抜けるのか？
あの山越えられるの？
わさび田への道がある。うちだけの抜け道だ。リンコ、念のため薬や絆創膏を持っていきたい。
台所に救急箱あるよ。取ってくるね。
あ、私も一緒に行こう。手伝う。
相棒が一緒なら安心だ。
It's just funny him being like, well, we can't use the fucking bridge after it got obliteramized. Close-up was so fucking good compared to the first time, where it just showed us, like, you know, Rinko, like, from this angle, kind of. Like, her looking down at us from this angle, and then we cut to us getting pushed. But this time, it really zoomed in on her. And that was really freaky. Anyway. This is where the game, just starts to spiral. Because this is where the game starts to be like, alright, let's start throwing combat at you like crazy. We're gonna have dolls that appear from the ceiling, or that jump down from the ceiling, and you can't kill them. If you defeat them, they will just respawn. Have fun, fuckface. And that's what they throw at us. And it's not fun. It's like, it's whatever, right? You can just dodge them, who cares? The problem comes with, like, the rest of this area. Anyway, let's see what's in here. A perspective on hierogamy. Let's find out what this is. Probably related to Shintoism, but let's see. Okay, so hierogamy means sacred marriage. So it's a ritualistic union between gods or between a god and a goddess, often symbolizing fertility and divine connection. Okay. And this is it's not necessarily just related to Japanese mythology. It's been present, or at least the word, I believe, has been present in other mythologies as well. Anyway, it is the core tenet of Shintoism that each land throughout all of Japan is protected by its own deities. From this, people pray to the gods so that they and their lands might be blessed. In turn, their belief strengthens the gods and gives them the ability to better protect the land in a beneficial cycle of reciprocation. Thus, the bond between humans and gods is vital to the prosperity of both. If the underlying strength of this bond can indeed be explained through mortal blood, then the reason for the gods joining themselves in sacred matrimony to mortals who call their lands home becomes evident. Perhaps it is through the tradition of their blood that the bond between mortal and god is strengthened. And if this is true, then I think that frequently upholding such forms of unification would be best for all involved. However, in practice, marital bonds between mortal and deity are vanishingly rare. It is a mystery why this is so, or perhaps I find the greater mystery to be, why was I chosen? Huh. The word is probably ierogamy, more than likely, but anyway. We'll stick to hierogamy. A hand. Ooh. Embroidered drawstring bag. This embroidered drawstring bag is very high quality, from the fabric to the pattern, so be careful not to get it dirty when storing your belongings. Yay, one more storage space. Anything else? Mandate of the clan. Drain from the sacrifice her blood, sparing not a drop, and add onto it wine that has been distilled 8 times over. Spare her body of its earthly viscera, and fill it instead with rice that has been mixed with the master's saliva before sealing it shut with needle and thread. In the dark shall the vessel rest undisturbed until the redolent odor of wine rises from her skin. Adorn her in fine garments befitting of a bride, then set her afloat on a raft of straw so her blood wine may seep into the water's surface. Do this, and into the depths she shall sink, quelling the wrath that waits below. The wrath that waits below, huh? Quelling Oyashiro-sama's wrath, you say. Wow, Ryukishi. Now, if we would have seen like corpses here, that would have been really cool. But yeah. Anyway, more Higurashi parallels, more screen flickering because Unreal Engine 5 sucks. Either way, we'll check these doors in a bit. Can't go in. Let's see if these doors are locked. Oh, okay. Now this place is trashed. Last time it wasn't. Interesting. Yeah, look at this place. Messy scrawls. Wonder what that pretty little thing's chirps will sound like when I tear off that mask of hers. The girl before last was an exquisite specimen. I can barely contain myself every time I think about her. So that's probably Fox Mask. Maybe thinking about his past bride or something. And how he, well, ate her. Divine water, which we don't need. Nothing in here. And nothing else. Okay. I think that's it for this little area for now. Okay, let's try to go through that door and see what's up. It was this way, right? Yeah. We're gonna have, like, just non-stop combat soon. Okay, can't open it. So now it's straight ahead and to the right. Just checking to see if there's anything that way. There should be a blocked path, yeah. This way. Aburage. We can ditch the divine water. Who knows, maybe Inari just wanted a snack or something. Thought something was on the other side for a moment. Anyway. Okay, so that's the way forward. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else here. Hmm. Nope. Okay, there should be a shrine this way then. Assuming everything is the same, or at least the layout is a little similar to last time. There should be a shrine around the corner. There's nothing there. Storage room key. A small dainty key placed by the note. Maybe it can open the storage room door. What note? Unless it's one from the first playthrough, but there should be a shrine here. There it is. Okay, let's enshrine this, and I think that's it. Yeah, let's enshrine the Arare, and yeah, that should be good enough. Anyway, do we enhance something? Not like we really need to, but I guess we'll bring up stamina and save, actually. Okay. So now we need to find the little fox statue that goes here. Any drawers that can be opened? No. Well, let's go back. So we want to go back to this door, or the one that couldn't be opened. I think it was this one. Just double checking. Seems like we can't go this way. Yeah, that's locked. Soon it's gonna get annoying. Or, well, it would be if we didn't have, oh, this is actually locked in. Never mind. It was straight ahead and this way. Okay. Yes. Oh. Don't believe the fox's words. Stay away from the western room. Well, I want to, but where else do we go? So she doesn't want us to go in there, but I assume we now go through that door, maybe? By the way, hopefully you're looking at, like, all the shelves. There's so much imagery. Like, on the other side of that, like, red box, there's a fox mask, for example, which is really neat. It was, and now it's opened. One of these is gonna fall or something, I forgot. Yeah, there it is. Don't trust them. Okay, well, let's grab the little ornament. The Inari sculpture. A sculpture in the image of the god Inari. It looks like it might fit somewhere. Cool. Now, again, I think I talked about it last time, but if this was Fatal Frame, this would, like, shut on you. They could have done that. That would have been you know, a nice little jump scare. But yeah, now we have dolls showing up for no fucking reason. We need some sense of danger, I guess. Mind you, it followed me all the way here, which is really dumb. Yeah. It's still not dead, by the way. It's still not fucking dead. Then again, this knife also, like, sucks. But we shanked her a good, I don't know, 7 times. Anyway, here's our Naginata. And dead. Oh, it's still 4? My god. Oh, and it's not dead yet, by the way. Because of course. Anyway, fire's gone out. We got our Naginata. And now that we have this weapon, we can now fight.
大事なものだと思うけど。すいません。お借りします。
Anything else to enshrine? No. Okay.
やっと着いた。
Yeah. Damn, something goes there. And you've got a key already. And door's not gonna open.
ダメだ。開かない。
きなこ、こっちだよ。
サクコ？
Yeah. Either way. There's no need to pretend like we don't know what's gonna happen. This is already the second loop. So technically, unless something changes, we're gonna be fighting Sakuko next. To find water, which is useless, but let's look around. This is actually a new room. Or at least I don't remember there being a lantern room of all things. Okay, there is nothing else here. Just kidding. Oh, there really was nothing else here. Okay. What about this side? It usually warns us, yeah. Or not warns us, but it updates the map and it's like, oh, you can't go this way. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? No. What a weird way to enter this room. Just shimmy through the slightly ajar door.
こんなところに。
It's really funny. Or the door that is slightly ajar is what I should have said. Anyway, start looking. It is different this time. All the secret arts medicines succumb to us, spirit and flesh. Anything else? No. The crimson spring gushing from the womb deep within is the Shimizu family. Man, I wish I had a library like this. Like, just full of a bunch of books. I was looking up, there's a series of novels that I procured a while back. At least only 2 volumes were translated. And they're the Avatar Tuner Saga, or the Avatar Tuner Saga. And not enough. The Honorable Blood, fill it up, make it full, otherwise. The Avatar Tuner Saga is the novelization of the game Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga, which in Japan was just known as Digital Devil, like Avatar Tuner, I believe. And the author was like Yo Godai, I think. And if you look it up, if you look up those books, they're out of print. Only 2 volumes were translated of the like 6 or 7 that exist. And they're super fucking expensive. When I bought my copies, back in like 2020, that's around the time they came out, actually. I bought them for like $20 each. I wish I could have gotten volume 1 in, or the first novel in a hardcover format, because I prefer, hardcover to paperback, but I couldn't. So I bought both books for like $20. And I looked it up recently, because I was like, oh, did they ever actually translate the 3rd volume at some point? And they didn't. But I saw a listing for the 2nd volume, and it's like, the paperback version is like $499, and the hardcover is $599. I'm just like, holy fuck. I'm so glad I bought these books ages ago. I don't believe there are scans of them, or any like fan translations of them anywhere. So if I want to read them, that's the only way. Which sucks, because I've heard that it's really good. The novelization of the Digital Devil Saga games is just very good from what I've heard. Anyway, there's a doll here. There it is. Because I remember when I was playing through Digital Devil Saga ages ago, like 10 years ago, I was like, man, the writing for this game is incredible. Normally, SMT titles don't have amazing writing. Not because the writing sucks, but usually because it takes a backseat and there's a lot more environmental storytelling and symbolism and metaphors instead of an active plot line. And do we just loop? No. Sorry. Instead of like an active plot line of some kind. And the one in Digital Devil Saga was just really good. And then it turns out, oh, it's because it was based on, a novel. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Go the wrong way? I did. You have to go all the way around now. Anyway. Seriously though, not worrying about health, stamina, or anything, just, God, makes this area so much faster. There's a brand new little... What do we have? Nothing. Ooh. We almost got stabbed. Yokan, which we don't need, and here's a shrine. So let's... This way. That's it. Let's grab the Yokan and save. Okay. No. Let's get rid of this as well. We're at it. But yeah, recently I was also listening to the Digital Devil Saga OST again. It's really good. Like, the music for the game is just phenomenal.
Sakuko? そっちにいるの？
Except the combat theme. That thing is
Sakuko.
I think it's been stuck in my head. Well, it's not that it's been stuck in my head, but it's a theme that you get bored of very quickly. Anyway, what do we have here? The stone orb, right. This seems to be made from the same material as the stone key that Fox Mask had given me. And then I accidentally skipped the remaining text. Anyway. And all the other paths have been blocked up. Actually, was there anything else in here? Now that I don't have to fear for my life. No. There's nothing. And again, to get out of those, just mash dodge. And you'll be fine. Okay, so from here, just straight ahead, and then turn right in a bit, or turn left in a bit, perhaps. The rain is also just really cool. I had never noticed it the first time. I don't think that it was raining. Do we have to go through there? No, but that door is locked now. Anyway, let's save before we go through. Oh, never mind. I mean, we don't really need any of this. We'll get rid of the Yokan in a bit. Or at least one of them. I thought the doll was like standing right there. Would have been funny. Well, let's enshrine a Yokan to Higashi. And that should be good enough. Because then we can grab this thing. And this divine water, which we can then enshrine. And then we can grab this other first aid kit. Not like we need it, but to record our progress. Alright. And now let's do the part of the game where, you know, by this point the game has been, you know, just skyrocketing. It's been going great, great atmosphere. There's a few enemies here and there. It's whatever. You can dodge all the dolls that are outside. There's no big deal. It's not a big deal. This is where we start to spiral downwards. Now, mind you, when we did this boss fight, it didn't take me too long. It took me 10 minutes total with all the deaths included, and it took me 5 minutes to beat her. Like, after I learned the patterns and everything, it took me 5 minutes. But this boss fight should not be in the game. Anyway, I won't spend too much time on this, like ragging on it or whatever, but just this fight should just not be in the game. Like there's zero reason why it should be in the game. And it just takes forever. But yeah, I assume if you have, like, you know, all the stamina upgrades and health upgrades from the first playthrough, this becomes a lot easier. But mind you, we've been wailing on her for like 3 minutes already. It's just been constant stabbing. And she's still not dead. She's still not staggered. She's still not anything. We got an achievement for not getting hit by her special attack.
この先は神聖な領域だ。私も君も汚れは持ち込めない。ここで汚れを落とす。 さあ君も。
はい。いや、
大丈夫、ただの水だよ。
Interesting.
ひなこ、おい、しっかりしろ。
ドジだね。あんた階段から落ちたんだよ。
腕、どうした？
あれ、引っ掛けて破いちゃったのかな。
特にあざはないみたいだな。痛むところはないか？
うん、大丈夫。
それはよかった。
どうした？
行こう。時間を無駄にした。
よし、行こ
私をちゃんと守ってよ。私、ひなこみたいに強くないんだから。
う。分かってる。俺から離れるな。
What a bitch.
目指すは俺の家だ。裏道から山を越え剣道に出よう。俺が先頭を行く。相棒はしんがりを。
わかった。
私はシュウ君の後ろにいるね。真ん中なら安心だし。
しんがりは引き受けた。
Okay. Well, looks like OBS is shitting the bed again. So this might be a good stopping point anyways. I'm gonna quickly just look around, see if there's anything else that's important, any notes or something. But if not, I think this is just gonna be where we stop for today. Yeah. So I'll go to the save point up ahead and then we'll go from there. But I think for now, let's swap on over to the ending screen.